You wake up at 3:33 inches the morning, and your whole body is humming. Not pain, not anxiety, a humming, like something inside you was just plugged into a current you can't see. You lie there in the dark, and you tell yourself, it's nothing bad. Sleep, too much coffee, getting older. But deep down, in the place where you don't lie to yourself, you already know. Something is happening to you. And it has been happening for a while now. I'm going to tell you the truth that most people will spend their whole lives running from. What you are feeling is not sickness. It is not depression. It is not your nervous system falling apart. It is a calling. It is the Spirit of God doing the deepest work He has ever done inside of you. And the world has no name for it, so the world calls it a problem. Your doctor calls it stress. Your friends call it a phase. Your own mind calls it weakness, but heaven calls it ascension. There is a moment in the life of every chosen one when the old version of them begins to die. Not in flesh and frequency. The body they used to wear no longer fits the spirit they are becoming. And the friction between those two things, the old shell and the new soul, creates symptoms that no medicine on this earth can touch. Because no medicine on this earth was designed to heal a soul that is being raised into a higher dimension. That is what we are going to talk about today. 15 symptoms. 15 signs the Spirit is rearranging you from the inside out. And by the end of this video, you are going to know without a single doubt left whether what you are experiencing is the breakdown the world has been trying to convince you of, or the breakthrough heaven has been preparing you for since before you were born. Stay with me. Because at least 8 of these are going to land in your chest like someone calling your name from across a room. Sign number 1. Your sleep is no longer your own. You used to sleep through the night. Now you wake up at the same exact time, 2:22, 3:33, 4:44. You roll over. You check the clock. And something inside you whispers, this is not random. You try to go back to sleep and you can't. Your mind is sharp. Your spirit is alert. It's almost like someone shook your shoulder and said, get up, I want to talk to you. That is exactly what happened. The Bible is full of this pattern. Samuel was a boy when God woke him in the middle of the night, 3 different times. Samuel didn't recognize the voice at first. He kept running to Eli, the older priest, saying, here I am, you called me. And Eli finally understood and told him the next time you hear it, say, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. If God is waking you up at the same hour every night, He is not punishing you. He is courting you. He is saying the rest of the world is asleep. The noise is gone. Now we can talk. The chosen ones learn, eventually, to stop fighting the wake-up. They learn to sit up, breathe, and say, I'm here. What do you want to show me tonight? Sign number 2. Foods you used to love now turn your stomach. This one catches people off guard. You sit down to eat something you have eaten your whole life. Heavy meat, sugar, fried food, alcohol, and your body recoils. Not because you decided to be healthy, because something inside you said, no, we don't do that anymore. Your body is becoming a temple, literally. The frequency you are being raised into cannot hold the same density it used to. Daniel refused the king's meat in Babylon. He didn't refuse it because he was on a diet. He refused it because he knew his body was a vessel for something sacred. And you cannot pour holy oil into a contaminated container. If your appetite is changing without your permission, your spirit is making decisions your mind hasn't caught up to yet. Sign number 3. Crowds drain you in a way they never used to. You go to a family gathering. You walk into a grocery store. You sit through a meeting at work. And by the time you leave, you feel like someone has unplugged you from the wall. Empty, heavy, like you need 3 days alone in a dark room just to feel like yourself again. You are not antisocial. You are not depressed. You have become spiritually permeable. You feel things that other people are carrying, their grief, their anger, their unspoken weight, and your spirit absorbs it without asking your permission. This is the gift of the watchmen, the intercessors, the ones who carry burdens for others, before they even know whose burden they are carrying. The cure is not to push through. The cure is to learn to seal yourself. Prayer before you walk into the room. Prayer when you walk out. And no shame for needing to be alone afterward. Sign number 4. Your ears ring, and there is no medical reason for it. A high-pitched tone in one ear, sometimes both. It comes out of nowhere, lasts 30 seconds, and disappears. You have been to the doctor. They find nothing. You read forums online. People tell you it's tinnitus, or anxiety, or low blood pressure. But you know, somewhere deep, that it isn't. Some of the old prophets described what they heard as a still, small voice. Some described it as the sound of many waters. But every one of them, at some point, heard something the people around them could not hear. The ringing in your ears is not damage. It is a download. Your spirit is being tuned to a frequency that the natural ear cannot fully translate yet. Let it come. Don't fight it. The more you stop resisting, the more clearly it will eventually speak in words you understand. Sign number 5. You weep, and you don't always know why. You'll be driving. A song will come on. Not even a song you love. Just a normal song. And suddenly tears are running down your face, and you can't explain it. Or you'll see a stranger in a parking lot, an old man loading his groceries alone, and your heart breaks for him like he was your own father. That is not weakness. That is the heart of God being downloaded into yours. The chosen ones are the ones who feel what heaven feels. Jesus wept at the tomb of Lazarus, and he knew he was about to raise him. The tears were not because the situation was hopeless. The tears were because love that deep cannot be contained. If you cry without warning, without reason, without shame, your spirit is being filled with something most of the world has spent their whole lives trying to avoid feeling. Sign number 6. Time is behaving strangely. An hour feels like 10 minutes. A single conversation feels like an entire afternoon. You glance at the clock, and you swear you just looked at it, but somehow 3 hours have passed. Or the opposite, you sit down for what feels like a long time, and only 6 minutes have gone by. When Peter was on the rooftop praying and fell into a trance and saw the sheet coming down from heaven, what do you think happened to his sense of time in that moment? When John was caught up in the Spirit on the island of Patmos, do you think he was watching the clock? The chosen ones are constantly moving between two timelines, the one the world keeps and the one the Spirit keeps. As your ascension deepens, you stop being able to track time the way you used to. That is not a memory problem. That is a frequency shift. Sign number 7. People you have known for years suddenly feel like strangers. You look across the dinner table at someone you have known since you were children, and you realize, I don't know this person anymore. Or worse, I'm not sure I ever did. Their words sound flat. Their concerns feel small. The things that used to bond you no longer have anything to hold on to. And it isn't because you stopped loving them. It is because you have moved. This is one of the loneliest parts of the journey, and I'm going to be honest with you about it. Every chosen one walks through a season where the people of their old life can no longer follow them into their new life. Abraham had to leave his father's house. Moses had to leave Egypt before he could lead Egypt's slaves to freedom. Jesus said, "A prophet is not without honor, except in his own town and in his own home." If the people who used to know you best now seem to understand you the least, you are not losing them. You are outgrowing the room you were keeping yourself small for. Sign number 8. Animals and small children notice you. A baby in line at the store locks eyes with you and won't look away. A dog you have never met walks across a park to lie at your feet. Your neighbor's cat, the one that hides from everyone, climbs into your lap like it has been waiting for you all week. Animals and children have not yet been trained to ignore what their spirit is showing them. They see the light on you before you can see it on yourself. When Jesus rode into Jerusalem, it was the children in the temple who recognized him and cried out, and the religious leaders, the educated ones, were furious about it. The pure in spirit will always see you first. Let that be a confirmation, not a coincidence. And listen, before we go any further, I need to say something to you, directly. Because if you are still watching this, you are not here by accident. My name is George, and the reason I'm sitting here making this video is because everything I'm describing to you, I lived. The 3 a.m. wake-ups, the food my body suddenly refused, the crowds that drained me, the ringing in my ears that no doctor could explain. I spent years thinking something was wrong with me, until the day the Spirit finally broke through and showed me nothing was wrong with me. Everything was being made right. Variación 3. The calling is wide. The instructions reach only a few. If there is a burning in your spirit right now, do not minimize it. That is the sign. The secret protocol delivers the 7 keys God reserved for those who are ready to unlock what was sealed inside them before birth. The full audiobook is included to absorb in depth, in your own time, in the presence of God. And the Awakening Map, the bonus guide that reveals the 5 stages of spiritual awakening and positions you with precision at the exact point of your journey today. Link pinned in the first comment. For a limited time only, because not every door stays open forever. Now let's keep going, because the next signs are the ones that confirm, beyond any doubt, that what is happening to you is not a breakdown. It is the breaking through. Sign number 9. You see numbers everywhere, and they don't feel random. 11, 333, 444, 1,212. You look at the clock, the license plate in front of you, the receipt at the gas station, and the same patterns keep showing up. People will tell you it's confirmation bias. They will tell you your brain is just looking for what it expects to find. But you know, somewhere inside, that the timing is too clean. The frequency is too high. Something is signaling you. When God wants to get your attention, He uses what He knows you cannot ignore. For some people it's a voice. For some it's a dream. For some it's a hand on the shoulder that no one else feels. And for many of the chosen ones in this generation, it is numbers. Repeating, sequenced, deliberate. Treat them like punctuation in a sentence the Spirit is writing across your day. Stop. Notice. Listen. Ask, what are you saying to me right now? Sign number 10. You can feel when something is wrong with someone you love, even from far away. Your daughter calls you out of the blue, and before she even speaks, you already know she has been crying. Your friend goes silent on a text thread, and you feel a tightness in your own chest until they finally write back. Your spouse walks in the door from work, and you know before they have said one word that something happened today. This is not intuition the way the world describes it. This is what the old saints called discernment. It is the gift of perceiving in the spirit what has not yet been spoken in the flesh. Elisha knew what the king of Syria said in his bedchamber. Not because he had spies, because the Spirit of God showed him. If you keep finding out things before anyone tells you, stop apologizing for it. Start stewarding it. Pray over what you sense. Don't accuse. Don't confront. Just intercede. You will see lives change. Sign number 11. Electronics behave strangely around you. Light bulbs blow out the moment you walk into a room. Your phone glitches when you are praying. The radio cuts in and out when a certain song comes on, the very song you needed to hear. Your watch loses time. Your computer freezes during conversations that were about to get real. The energy you carry is denser than the world around you knows how to handle. Some of you have laughed about it for years. The family joke. Always the one who breaks things just by walking near them. It isn't a curse. It isn't bad luck. The electromagnetic field of a person who has crossed into a higher frequency is measurably different. When Moses came down from the mountain, his face shone so brightly the people had to ask him to cover it. He didn't choose to glow. The glory left a mark on the vessel. Your vessel is being marked too. Sign number 12. Your dreams have become teachers. You used to dream the regular dreams: work stress, falling, showing up somewhere unprepared. Now your dreams are different. They are layered. They are vivid. You wake up with full sentences in your head, with images you cannot shake, with people you have not seen in 20 years, showing up to tell you something specific. The Lord spoke to Joseph in dreams. He spoke to Daniel in dreams. He spoke to Mary's husband, the carpenter, telling him to take the child and flee to Egypt, and that man got up in the middle of the night and obeyed. The dream world is not entertainment. For the chosen ones, it is a classroom. Start writing them down, even the strange ones, especially the strange ones. The patterns will reveal themselves over time, and you will realize heaven has been teaching you in your sleep for years. Sign number 13. Old wounds resurface, and you don't know why now. You thought you were over it. The thing your father said when you were 12. The friend who left without explanation. The version of yourself you have spent decades trying to bury. And out of nowhere, in the middle of an ordinary week, it all comes back. Loud, sharp, like it happened yesterday. This is not regression. This is excavation. The spirit is going down into the places you covered over, because nothing covered can be healed. The chosen ones are required to walk through their own wounds with the lamp of the Spirit in their hand, because they are going to be sent to people walking through the same kind of dark, and they cannot lead anyone out of a room they have not yet walked through themselves. If old pain is surfacing, do not run. Sit with it. Pray over it. Let the Father hold you in the part of you that is still small and still hurting. Healing is not the absence of the memory. Healing is the presence of God in the memory. Sign number 14. You crave silence the way the old you craved noise. You used to need the TV on the moment you walked in the door, the radio in the car, podcasts during every walk, music while you cooked. Silence felt like loneliness, like being left alone with thoughts you didn't want to think. Now silence feels like home. You turn the radio off in the car, and you exhale for the first time all day. You sit on your back porch with no phone, no book, no music, and you feel something settle in your chest that nothing else has ever settled. That is the still, small voice your spirit has been starving for. The noise of the world is a counterfeit fullness, and the chosen ones eventually figure out that what they were really hungry for was the quiet, because the quiet is where God speaks the loudest. Sign number 15. You know without knowing how you know that you were born for more. This is the one that nobody can talk you out of, no matter how hard they try. You have looked at your life, the job, the bills, the routine, the small circle of the same conversations, and a voice inside you keeps whispering, "This is not it. This is not what you came here for. There is something else. There has always been something else." Most people spend their lives trying to silence that voice. They medicate it. They distract from it. They drown it in busyness. They label it as ungratefulness, restlessness, midlife crisis, immaturity. But you have stopped being able to silence it, and the longer you listen to it, the more clearly it speaks. That voice is the truth that was sown into you before you ever drew breath in this body. Jeremiah heard it. "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." The chosen ones are the ones who finally stop arguing with that voice and start asking it, "Okay, then show me. What did you set me apart for? What is the assignment I have been avoiding? What is the room I have been refusing to enter?" If you are watching this and any of these 15 have made you nod, made you cry, made you whisper yes under your breath, then the ascension is not coming. It has already started. And the only question left is whether you are going to keep diagnosing yourself with the language of the world, or finally accept the language of heaven. You are not sick. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are being raised. The body you have been carrying is being upgraded to hold a glory that the old version of you could not contain. The friends you have been losing are clearing space for the assignments you have not yet met. The sleep you have been losing is the price of the conversations heaven has been having with you in the dark. The food you can no longer eat, the noise you can no longer tolerate, the lies you can no longer believe, all of it is the same movement. The Spirit of God lifting you out of one dimension of yourself and into another. The world does not have a name for this, so the world will keep trying to send you to specialists. And listen, I am not telling you to stop taking care of your body. I am not telling you to ignore real medical issues. What I am telling you is this. If every test has come back fine, if every doctor has told you they cannot find anything wrong, if every label has slid off you because none of them fit, maybe it is time to stop looking for a diagnosis and start listening for a destiny. The Father is not punishing you. He is preparing you. The symptoms are not the sickness. They are the signature. And the signature on your life right now is His. So, before you close this video and go back to whatever the rest of your day was going to be, I want you to do one thing. Look back at those 15 signs. And in the comments, tell me which one hit you the hardest. Not the easiest, the hardest. The one you have been trying the longest to explain away. The one that, deep down, you already knew was not a coincidence. Write it down. Be specific. Tell me your story. Because somewhere in this comment section there is another chosen one reading what you wrote, sitting in their kitchen at 3 in the morning, thinking they are the only one, and your words are going to be the confirmation that breaks them open. You are not alone. You never were. And the version of you heaven has been preparing is closer than you think. I'll be here, waiting to read what you have to say.